is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we are going to be building the best squad right now that you guys can assemble in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM ahead of Season 8, which is upcoming. Now, here's the deal. If the $250,000 tournament was today, this is going to be the squad I would go out there with. So, it's the most competitive squad. It's not necessarily the most fun squad. It's not necessarily the most, skillful squad, anything like that. This is the squad that I think gives you the best opportunity to win in my team. A lot of the positions, honestly, are the same as from the last one of these that I did. There is a lot that has changed, though. As we dive into the starting point guard, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, make sure you do smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. Jokic at the starting point guard. Here's the deal, guys. He is 6'11". Quick enough release, can handle the ball, and the best part about the Joker is he can play defense, he can guard guards, he can guard bigs decently, and he's just kind of that whole package in my team. Is Jokic going to be the best 3-hunting option? No. Is he going to be your best primary ball handler? Absolutely not. But I'm telling you guys right now, I still think Jokic is the best point guard in the game, which is crazy considering all of the Invincibles that we do have thus far. You know, Steph, Kobe, MJ, all of those guys, Jokic still does prevail. Shooting guard position, here's a new one. End game Kevin Durant. There's a lot of people that will argue like Terry Dishinger or Radiant T-Mac or anybody is better than endgame KD. My counter argument or counterpoint to that would be KD is 6'10". He's got one of the best releases in the entire game. Is his movement as good as Terry's T-Mac's? I don't know. Probably not. But he's, again, got the best release, or one of them, in the entire game. He, at the shooting guard position, is going to defend better than anybody else. I just think as far as a complete guard in my team, it's hard to beat what KD can do. Trae Young leaner, great release, great defender, and he can be your primary ball handler. Again, I like KD. I think in a competitive type of environment, he is going to be the shooting guard that I personally could have the most success with. At this small forward position, we're not going to just be plugging in the best small forward in the game. We're going to be plugging in the best overall card in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM right now, and might be the best card for the rest of the year. Now, you guys might say, Ty, you're gassing it. We're going to see better cards than Wemby. We got so many Invincibles coming. You know what? We do have more Invincible and Endgames coming. You're absolutely right. But do we have another Invincible or Endgame coming that's going to be 7'5" at the 3? I don't know if we do. That's what Wemby is. Great SIGs, great release, great movement. Wemby can do it all in my team. And my honest opinion is he might be the best card in my team history. The hard part is our power forward is up there with the best cards in my team history as well, and that is Manute Bol. Look, Manute isn't probably quite as good as Wemby when you do compare him side by side. Manute does have an easy release to time and to green. He's 7'7". He plays great defense. He is an absolute cheese ball in my team. Yes, Manute is still super expensive, and at this stage of my team, I don't quite know if he is worth his price. But with that being said, Manute is still absolutely elite in my team. If you've never gotten the chance to use Manute, well, you've probably played against him, and trust me when I say he's probably been a problem if you have been up against him. Again, good release, 7'7", good frame. He can get you all of those bailout buckets as well, because at the end of the day, height is that most important stat. At the center position, are you guys surprised? Honestly, are you surprised we're plugging in Hero Yao? Now, I do think Invincible or Endgame Yao is going to come out decently soon. And when that Yao does come out, I mean, this Yao, he's going to lose a lot of value. I know he's still the lock-in for Manute, but he is going to lose a lot of value. But as it stands right now, this Yao has a decent release. He's 7'6", good 3-ball, decent speed, decent defensively. Is he as good as Wemby or Manute? No, he's objectively not. But he's still Yao Ming at 7'6" with that set shot 8 release, the Yao Ming base, which has been good for, years. It's consistently been one of the best center releases in my team. Yao, no longer considered the best player in my team, but at that center position is tough to beat. Starting lineup here, you go 6'11", 6'10", 7'5", 7'7", 7'6". Average height, you're probably looking at 7'3", 7'4". Then we head to the bench unit, in which backup point guard is Ben Simmons. Again, a lot of people are going to argue Luka. Some people might argue LaMelo. Some people might argue Cade. My whole thing is height runs the game. Primary ball handlers are at that shooting guard position right now. And so at the point guard position, what you're looking for is guys that can green shots, get you, that occasional bucket as that secondary ball handler, and just guys that are going to play great defense. That's really what you're looking at. Ben Simmons, the best rim running point guard in the entire game, plays great defense, dunks on everybody, has a great frame as well. I can't wait until we get an Invincible Ben or even Endgame Ben possibly, because if he gets ever a change release, let's say he gets the KPJ base, he is probably going to be by far and away the best point guard in my team. Shooting guard position, this is one I went back and forth on. Right now, as it stands, I'm plugging in Invincible Tracy McGrady. Look, the other guy I'm just going to plug into my 11th spot right now, and that's Tim Thomas. Look, I don't think you can go wrong either way. If you want more height, go with Tim Thomas. If you want the better release, go with Tracy McGrady. Again, I go back and forth. It really does depend on the day, but both of these guys do make my best squad in the game. And honestly, if I was to play in the 250K tournament or playing a tournament for a lot of money, I'm going to probably have both of them on the court and just kind of feel it out. Do I need a T-Mac? Do I need a TT? What do I need for this specific game? Both of them are certified bucket getters in my team. Both are, some of the top primary ball handlers in the entire game. Again, T-Mac, that invincible, better badge-wise, stat-wise, better release. TT, a little taller, still has a good release. It really is preference-based. You cannot go wrong either way. Small forward position, this one might surprise you guys, but again, this is preference-based as well, and a lot of people might not agree with this. I'm plugging in Bobo and Chet. As it stands right now, I'm personally higher on Bobo than Chet. Now, you guys might be like, really? What? Chet has such a smooth release. Chet's chicken man in my team. All this stuff. Yes, Bobo is longer. He's lengthier. He's going to play better defense. I know Chet's stats are better. I know Chet's badges are better. I know Chet has a better release. But when it comes down to it, Bobo is longer. Bobo is 7'2" compared to 7 feet tall. I just think as an overall small forward, I like what Bobo gives you because you already got T-Mac or Tim Thomas. You don't need another bucket getter. You need a guy that's going to go out there, defend at a very high level, and compete. And I think both of these guys can do that. I just slightly do prefer Bobo right now. Power forward position, this one might surprise you guys. I'm plugging in Invincible Shaq, and in the 13th spot, I'm plugging in Invincible Kristaps Porzingis. I'm torn over this. I really am, because I think the backup power forward position right now is weak. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could maybe... I don't want to split up Wemby and Manute, but your better option might be to run Chet right here and Wemby right here, move Manute to the bench. I don't know, because I think Chet might be better than Shaq. I don't want to run Chet or Bobo at the 4, though. So this is how I'm going to have it. I think Shaq can compete at a very high level. The problem with Shaq, in my opinion, is if he has to guard Manute or Yao, it's over. He cannot guard Manute or Yao. And that is coming from somebody who I've used a lot of Shaquille O'Neal. And you think, oh, he's big Shaq. Shaq can guard. Shaq can guard, but if there's a 5 or 6 inch differential in the height, he ultimately is going to struggle. Shaq has one of the smoother and easier releases to green that I have seen in the entire game. And if you do have unauctionable Shaq, I would use him until you can't use him any longer. I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, if I played in the 250K tournament today, Manute probably would play the whole game, because the difference between Manute and Shaq is large. And at the backup center position, you could honestly start this guy. He's Rick Smits. Again, if you want to start Rick Smits over Yao, I have no problem with that. I have no issue with that. Here's the difference between Rick and Yao. Yao is going to be taller. Everything else, Rick Smits is going to do better. I think Yao has more Hall of Famers too. But Rick Smits has a better release. Rick Smits is going to move better. Rick Smits is going to do a lot of those other things better. But at the end of the day, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, height runs my team. If you want to have fun, use Rick Smits. If you want to compete at the highest level, I think Yao Ming overall is the better option. And again, if you want to do something like plug KP in for Rick Smits, if you really like KP, do what you guys have to do. If you want to plug Taco in there for Shaq, I can definitely get behind that as well. I'm just saying we have so many great options in my team. I just really don't love the backup power forward position. Everything else I think is interchangeable. I'd probably play Wemby and Manute the whole game. Ben Simmons, Jokic can split time. KD, T-Mac can split time. Rick Smits, Yao can split time. You can rotate these guys in if you want. But Wemby and Manute at their respective positions for me are so much better than that second best option. And so for me, it's really hard. Like, yes, you can plug in whoever you want at the backup power forward. If you want to plug in Chet or Bobo at the backup small forward, that's totally up to you. But just know there's a big time drop off from a Wemby, from a Manu at the end of the day. Yes, this is the best squad in my team, and eventually it will be cheap as we do get further on into July and into early August. It will be cheap. Right now, this squad costing you a lot of MT, so just kind of know that this squad still to this day is not cheap. That's gonna wrap it up for our 250k squad builder today, guys. Hopefully each and every guys did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.